Hello everyone, welcome back to HawkTalk with Dan K. Second video here, just sort of updating you on the games over the winter break. We're still off the air for about another week and a half. We'll be back on, I believe, Tuesday, January 17th with an all-new show, 7 p.m. on WHCM 88.3 FM and our live stream on the interwebs. Follow me on Twitter at WHCM Sports for live tweets during the games, pictures, stats, highlights, all that good stuff. I even live stream some games sometimes or some clips via Periscope, so it's a useful supplement here to the program. We just got done talking about the women's game against Wilbur Wright College. I'd like to spend a little time on the men's game as well. It was an intense battle. As I said, Wright College struggling to start the year. One of the weaker teams in the conference. We're towards the bottom. I'd like to think we're middle of the pack, but our record says we're towards the bottom. So this was looking like a good matchup between the Hawks and these guys. Ton of fouls in this game. I got 19 team fouls for Wright College. I have, 26 team fouls for Harper College. Brent Cooks and Joey Gatziolis would foul out of this one for our squad, and Marleek Williams would foul out of the game for Wilbur Wright College. So a lot of fouls, physical game. Intense. They're only down 6 points at halftime, and we were able to rally within 3 points late in the game, but unfortunately the Hawks would drop this one 84-77, really just to gut the squad to start this conference season. I know that they were really looking forward to this one before the game. They really thought that they could possibly pull off W, and it was unfortunate for that to not be the case. We'll analyze and try to come up with a reason why this wasn't the case. Find the final box score here on my little desk. That is the halftime box score. Reach over. I have one as well, but I like using Bradley's because you can look at turnovers and shots as well, which is always nice. So, the big standout to me, I only shot 38% from the field. Again, they shot 43% from the field. That right there is just about the difference. We made more shots. We made one more shot from the field than they did. In fact, we made more three-pointers than they did. Problem is, we sent them to the line 43 times. Oh my God, 43 times. That's just insanity. 32 of 43 from the field. They shot 74% from the line. And one thing I've always noticed during these games, really coming down the stretch, some of these teams can't make free throws to close out games. Wilbur Wright, not one of those teams. They made their free throws going down the game, going down to the wire. Ricky Battles, who came off the bench to score 30 points in this one. He just made a ton of free throws down the line. He only had one miss in the second half and just a ton of makes. He's credited as 16 of 18 from the free throw line. I don't know if that's 100% correct, but nonetheless, big contributor in the win for the Rams. He had 30 points, like I said, 6 assists and 8 rebounds. He also added 3 steals. Marleek Williams provided a double-double for the Rams, 14 points, 15 rebounds. So it's kind of the difference there for the Hawks. Turnovers were a big factor as well. The teams are pretty even, actually, in turnovers. 13 for Wilbur Wright, 14 for the Hawks, but that one extra turnover. It was a one-possession game going down the line late, and that's really the difference right there. As far as the Hawks go, it was the Isaiah Butler show. 36 points for Isaiah Butler, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. He's kind of blossomed into the leading scorer, the leading threat for this team. He had a very big dunk in this game, early in the game, to sort of spark the momentum, but they kind of went to the well a couple times too much, because Brent Cooks got stuffed by the rim on one dunk, and I think he got fouled on another dunk attempt, and Isaiah Butler probably should have been called for a charge on a dunk attempt late in the game, but they called the opposing team for a block and sent Isaiah to the line. Isaiah did make his free throws, which is good to see because I know that him and Brent struggled a little bit in their first game of the year. 10 of 12 from the line for Isaiah. Excellent to see that for him. Brent Cooks was non-existent, though. He came off the bench, 2 points the whole game, just 2 rebounds, 3 assists, very quiet, only 1 of 10 from the field. To be fair, though, Isaiah didn't shoot well either, 10 of 27 from the field, and only 6 of 17 from behind the three-point line. Arguably the most efficient player for the Hawks was Joey Gatz, 8 of 11 from the field for 18 points and 6 rebounds. He was key down the stretch. A couple of three-point plays got the Hawks back in the game, and then he also added some layups as well that kept them in the match going down the stretch. We did have another new addition to the squad. Kiri Taylor played a little bit, 2 points and a rebound on the stat sheet for him. He got into it with a player a little late in the game with the Rams. It was an intense game. The coaches were going back and forth, jawing at each other at one point. A lot of explanations being asked of the officials, which is always interesting, and some hard fouls. It was chippy late in the game, and I can say that the loss was not taken lightly by the Harper Hawk men's squad. They were frustrated, to say the least, and frustration was palpable, certainly, after the game. And we'll see what happens. Losses like these either bring a team closer together or they tear a team apart. When you expect to win a game like this and you lose the way you do, close, but just not having enough at the end. And I haven't really been thoroughly disappointed in a loss yet this year, covering the Harper Hawk squads across any sport, really. But this was a tough one. I felt this one, and I felt the pain of the players. And I don't know. As far as diagnosing the problems, it's not like the women's squad where they just don't have the numbers to really compete and to do things like press and play a zone, trap, all that stuff. Hawks have the numbers. I thought they should have pressed in the second half. They did a little bit. They could have done it more, maybe a diamond and one, something like that. But when you got guys on the floor like Isaiah playing 37 minutes, it's hard to press. And Joey Gatz playing 30. It's hard to press with those guys just because you're going to tire them out, and you're going to tire the other team out, but you're going to tire your own players out. And the other team they only played 7 guys, so it might have been a strategy. Press them, tire them out, and see if you can't create your own luck that way. What else was that? Shot selection, another big thing. Isaiah can shoot from outside, but he's taking threes from NBA range sometimes, and that's just not really ever going to be a winning strategy. You want to try to get to the hoop. You want to try to create chances, get sent to the line, because a foul is not just a benefit for you, it's a detriment to the other team because it gets them in foul trouble. Maybe you get some of their better players in foul trouble. You help yourself out that way. So shot selection is still a big issue with the Hawks. Too many three-pointers. I don't know if that's the strategy that Coach Stokel is trying to implement. He said last night it's not the strategy he's trying to implement. He says that in practice they take great shots, and in the game it just doesn't translate. And if that's the case, then that's not on the coach, that's on the guys. And the coach can only do so much. He can't play the game, and he can't actually be on the floor. So issues to be addressed going forward. And there's not a lot of time to really address them because this Saturday at 3 p.m. the Hawk squad will take on Rock Valley Community College, and I'll have to check, but I believe they're still the #1 ranked squad in the nation for NJCAA D3 schools. So you're going to have to play better defense, not foul as much, make your shots, make better shots, because Rock Valley is not going to miss like Wilbur Wright is. Rock Valley could shoot 48% easy. And they could shoot well from the three-point line as well. So it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. It's going to be quite the game on Saturday. Maybe I'll head out to those ones. I'm starting to get an itch to see this Rock Valley squad in both the women's and men's programs and really see just how well they are playing, because I've heard some sort of crazy things about the level of skill of the Rock Valley squad. Going forward to next week, next Tuesday, the women's squad is playing at 5 p.m. against College of DuPage. The men's squad will be playing at 7 p.m. against College of DuPage. Both those will be at Harper College Gymnasium, so some home matchups in the conference season. Also next week on... This is Saturday, yes. Next week, Saturday, another doubleheader. 1 p.m. for the women's squad against Triton. Men's squad will take on Triton at 3 p.m. Both of those games will also be at Harper College. I will be covering those matches. I don't think I'm going to have another show next week, so you'll be able to hear about those matches on the 17th of January on HawkTalk with Dan K, 7 p.m. back in action. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really itching to get back in the studio and to deliver some great content. Plus, I can't really edit anything outside the studio. I don't really have that many capabilities on my personal laptop, so I'd love to get some more interviews for you guys, some interviews with players I think would be very cool. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. So I'll hit wrestling really quickly. I don't have any really results. They were at the national duels. Today actually they're at the national duels in Iowa. So I don't really have any results for them. They don't get posted to the website. But as soon as I do, I'll certainly cover those events. So that just about does it for... get a little bit clear. I'm trying to check to see my time. Yeah, all right, I'm good. That just about does it for HawkTalk with Dan K. Like I said, January 17th, we'll be coming back with a new episode on WHCM 88.3 FM. Follow us on Twitter at WHCM Sports. You can follow WHCM on Twitter at WHCM 88.3 FM. And like us on Facebook at WHCM 88.3 FM, Harper College. And until next time, enjoy the rest of winter break. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holiday, all that good stuff. And good night, good luck, and go Hawks.